What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Open Beta 3 update notes that we're going to be reviewing today. This came out today. I believe this came out a little bit earlier today. I think like 8 hours ago, so around 12 Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, today's Sunday. A little odd. They don't usually come out on Sunday. Maybe they do. I don't know. I don't really remember when they specifically come out, but we do know 2 gods are coming out today, as well as a handful of other things that are happening today. So we're gonna go over that. Obviously, recent news to SMITE 2. I'm imagining all of you know about the layoffs and stuff like that, but they still said that they're gonna try to continue pumping out gods and updates. So we'll see for the future. As of right now, though, we got 2 new gods. Rama looks a little weird here. I think his space here is like his eyes are a little big, but whatever. But I think that's basically it. So let's go ahead and get into this. As per usual, the URL will be in the description down below if you'd like to take a look at this to yourself. Let's get it. Open Beta 3. Let's do it. Got some new skins. We don't really see, but Lord Slashington, I'm guessing that's a Fenrir with the hat. Frosted Fury, Thor, don't know. Dark Supreme, Nurse. We've seen a Nurse. He's an Nami one. And then Bunny Babe Nuwa. All right, Wandering Market. We knew about this for a little bit. It's for cosmetic skins and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work. I think there's like a little section within the news part of this website that goes over all of it. You can go take a look there, but I know you're going to be able to unlock skins and stuff like that, which is actually pretty cool and good for SMITE overall. But we're really looking for the gameplay, which we are here, right here. So Titans, SMITE 1 parity. So I'm guessing that means it's going to go off of SMITE 1. Titans now have similar targeting rules as towers and phoenixes. Prioritizing minions over gods will maintain their targets until the target dies, leaves its range, or becomes untargetable. If an enemy god within its range damaged a friendly god. Okay, and the Titan is currently not targeting god. It will switch target. So basically, yeah. I thought that was already a thing. Maybe it wasn't. Reduced overall size of the AoE cleave versus minions. The cleave is crazy how often you get hit and how easy it is to kill the other or hit the other minions. So they're reducing that a little bit. Will no longer mysteriously gravitate towards player-made walls, such as I didn't know that was a thing. Towers and phoenixes. Overall, this is thought this was already a thing. The overall cleave is going to make him a little less good, I suppose. That shit was insanely big. Enemy targets are now considered in targeting range only when the center of the target character has crossed into the tower's radius. Okay, only when the center of the target character has crossed into the tower's. Okay, makes sense. This behavior now matches SMITE 1, essentially makes towers aggro range the same for all characters regardless of the size. Yeah, that's kind of what it was, because obviously some characters there's like, I guess, invisible targeting on each god within the middle section of the character. I believe that's what it's trying to say. But now it's just gonna be a universal thing. So if like your left foot is going into it, it won't like hit you, is what I'm assuming is what they're trying to do. Previously, it was checking if the target of the character had crossed into range, so smaller characters like Cupid could stand closer to the tower with that. But yeah, so similar to that. Archers will now attempt to move closer to the enemy Titan when attack. Oh, that's actually that's huge. You know how often archers will just stand in the back, so the 3 tower or the 3 melee minions will just be in there. They'll die. You still have 3 minions in the back, and you'll get targeted. And it's like, come on, step up, minions. What are you doing? So that's actually cool. Unequip button, added a wallet widget to the profile screen so players can more easily see how much of their in-game currency they own. Can now enter a practice with selected skins from the god selection screen. Cool. So a lot of TLDR, tender love and care. TLR, wait, tender love, TLR, something like that. Added a contextual ping and added rank level requirement to 10. Interesting. Okay, so you cannot play it until you're level 10. Going into game modes, Conquest, Jungle Bosses, the Fire Giant, Gold Fury, Pyro, and Naga have their max level increased from 30 to 40. This will give the capability to scale their stats further into the game. Late game and open up opportunities for us to start adjusting their time to kill. So it's going to make them stronger, which I actually do like. They should be really hard to kill for how important and impactful they are. Increase the visibility range of Gold Fury and Fire Giant. cool. Fixed big harpy staying at one level higher than normal throughout the match. For example, if all jungle camps were meant to be level 2, the big harpies would be at level 3. Gotcha. Ooh, Joust and Duel. My favorite. Let's see. So this is going to be applying to Joust and Duel, except these two, which are strictly to Duel. Yeah. Okay. So Lost Night increased duration of the objective debuff from 90 seconds to 120. I will say I have noticed that. I haven't really gone over to look at the numbers, but just based off of feel, compared to Smite 1 and Smite 2 with the Lost Night / Fire Giant in Smite 1, it did feel a lot shorter. I don't remember what it was in Smite 1, but I remember several times in the Lost Night we back and we come back and it's like it's already fucking up. What the hell? Which is actually really nice. I think it should also correspond, because there is a little buff on the bottom of your screen. You'll notice where it says like 120 seconds, for example, and it doesn't correspond with how long the Lost Night will freeze whichever tower is up. It doesn't, you'll say you'll have 30 seconds left on the buff bar, but the Phoenix or tower still will get back up or come back alive from being frozen. So that would be cool too, but this is nice, adding the objective, because it always felt a little short in my opinion. Phoenix decreased physical power from 250 to 225 and decreased penetration from 40% to 30%. No, I don't think that's good. I don't know why we're doing that. I think there's two perspectives when it comes to Joust in the towers. One is that like people hate the fact that people will stay under their tower, and it'll make it's like a camping thing where like they stay on a tower, you can't dive them and whatever. I get that, but also there's another one where a squishy target like a hunter or a mage can like take 3-4 tower shots like at the beginning of the game and still live. So I think there should be some type of balance in between that. I think towers should hit a little bit harder, that including Phoenixes. But I also think that maybe it shouldn't hit too hard to the point where they'll have to camp under tower. But at the end of the day, I think I'd rather have the towers hit like a massive truck, because that'll encourage people to go to the Lost Night and get that and kill the freeze the tower, which is kind of the point of that objective. So I feel like it only incentivizes going to that more. But the fact that you can tank towers hit like nothing, I feel like they should buff that just a little bit, so that you're not able to just dive with every single character and live. Especially if you're tankier, you could take so many fucking tower shots. It's absolutely insane. So I don't actually like this. I'm gonna be honest. I think I really think they should buff this or keep this the same, because Phoenix did obviously hit pretty hard comparatively to the tower. I think they needed to massively overhaul the tower in terms of its damage. Back to Smite 1, honestly. In Smite 1, the tower would destroy you in a very linear game mode where towers are very important. I think that they should hit very, very hard. On top of the fact that you have Lost Night that you can go to, which can shut the entire thing down. So I feel like it should hit like a truck, no? So I do not like this at all, actually. Anyways, dual disabled Lifebender. If you are an avid dual player, you know that a lot of people picked up fucking Lifebinder. Did I have Lifebinder? So I don't actually disagree with this. I think Lifebinder was a very, very strong item. Dual Titan decreased base physical power by 15% in this mode. Nerfing, Titan hit like a truck, but I feel like it should. People always say like, oh, Titan hits so hard, but I feel like it should. So I don't know. I guess killing Titan's gonna be a lot easier, so we'll have to see how that affects everything. But overall, I like this buff, don't like this buff, and I think they should buff the tower. They should also buff the Lost Night a little bit more too. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure why they don't just like take the things over from Smite 1 and bring it over to Smite 2 unless they didn't like it. I really enjoyed the Fire Giant not being able to solo it as any given character. I feel like with how impactful that objective is, it shouldn't be like soloable. And then the towers should not be diveable by any given class and then live whenever they want at any time throughout the game mode. But that's just me. What do you guys think? overall, I think this was a bad change. This was great. All right, Arena. Smooth out collision around the base walls. Improved camera collision behind the bases. Previously, players would start the match with their cameras pushed up into their characters. Okay, so just a small little tender loving care. Assault. Disabled restorative Amanita. I hear a lot of people had did not like this with the healing. I believe this was. And now they're disabling it, which is... with Assault, it makes sense why it would be. And then we're going to go in the gods. That's the game mode. We're going in the gods. So Rama, going to be the new hunter. General deals physical damage, nice strength scaling, which is obvious. Range basic attacks. Astral quiver. I think for the most part, everything is almost exactly the same, except like I think one or two things. Rama regenerates arrow, new feature, astral arrow spawns slightly closer to Rama, so that's one thing. And then I think his 2 actually takes him in. If you use your 2 with arrows around you, you can press 2 and it'll take all the arrows around you and come to you. And reload, basically. Switch to a more powerful arrow that deals bonus physical damage and pierces and slows enemies. Infinite arrows. Rama focuses his mind and gains increased attack speed. New feature: when activating this ability, if there are any dropped astral arrows within 8.8 meters of Rama, automatically collects them. So yeah, like I said. And another additional feature: there is now a buff bar icon to help track successful basic attacks on enemy gods to generate additional astral arrows. Okay, that's pretty cool. Then rolling assault. Rama rolls in a direction he is currently traveling for the next 5 seconds of the roll. Basic attack will have haste and consume an astral arrow, crippling all enemies. So basically, it's my one. New feature: if rolling assault and astral strike are active, so is 1. Are active. The cancel input will now prioritize canceling rolling assault, then astral strike. Wait, if both rolling assault and astral strike are active, okay. The cancel input will now prioritize canceling rolling assault. Then okay, so it'll cancel the rolling assault. Then it will cancel his one. Okay. Astral barrage. Rama launches himself up to 5 seconds and shoots 3 powerful arrows. Very similar, exactly the same actually. And I believe there is going to be an aspect for him as well. But generally speaking, this is all pretty much the same outside of like small little. They're not even like different, they're just like new and improved things to make Rama feel a little bit better. So nothing really new per se. So I believe this is going to be coming out on the 11th, so in 2 days as of this video. I'm recording this video. And Achilles will be releasing on February 17th. He's going to be a menace in Joust, I can feel it. General deals physical damage, strength scaling. Melee basic attacks with increased range. Makes sense. Gift to the gods. Choose to wear armor or forego it. Wearing armor grants bonus health and protections, while foregoing it grants bonus. Yeah, so basically the exact same. There is a new feature though. Achilles' normal abilities gain additional effects depending on his armor state, which is cool. Shield of Achilles. Punch forward with your shield, dealing damage and stunning enemies within a short cone. Very similar. Force to the shield radius further, dealing reduced damage. Non-guard targets take increased damage. New feature: increased stun duration when armored, and increased damage scaling when foregoing your. I actually like this. His passive having more of an impact on not just himself, but also all of the abilities within him is actually pretty cool. I actually like that a lot. So when you are armored, obviously I believe that just gives you more protections and health. Then the stun will be longer, which makes sense. More of like a supportish type of playthrough or play type of whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Increased damage scaling when you're foregoing armor, which obviously you get more strength and movement speed. So it does like synergize pretty well. Radiant Glory, you are blessed with gods, getting strength, protections, and crowd control reduction for short duration. Damaging enemies with this ability times heals you. When armored, the god's blessing also grants you a physical shield. That's pretty gross. When foregoing armor, hitting an enemy god with your attacks from behind reduces their protections. Oh my god, so there's gonna be he is a prot shred. Technically, I mean, you have to hit them from behind, but having a prot shred is kind of nutty. And then just getting shield is pretty nutty as well. It's actually really good. Wow. Okay. Combat dodge. Dodge in directions and strike. Hitting enemy god with strike allows you to recast it. When armored, striking enemy... When armored, striking enemy god with your spear slows them stacking up to 2 times. When foregoing your armor, the speed of your dodge is doubled. Oh my god. Oh, I did see that. I think I did see like where you can just really fast. Yeesh. This armored version is gonna be obviously the non-armored version is gonna make you have potentially prot shred, as well as what was the other one for his shield of Achilles. You just get more damage scaling. Let's see, where was the gift of the gods, right? Or no, it was radiant glory. No, okay, his radiant glory gives him prot shreds. Then he's gonna get increased speed and damage scaling. That's pretty good, right? But increased stun with armor, getting a shield, and then slow. That's pretty fucking nutty. Oh my god. Okay. And then fatal strike. Prepare briefly. Then dash forward, dealing damage to enemies and executing gods that are low health. Killing a god allows you to recast this ability up to 5 times. Pretty much the exact same. Each heal exposes your heal. So his ult is going to be the exact same, but armored version OP. But overall, a very big buff when comparing to SMITE 1. And we haven't even seen his numbers yet, so we'll have to see about that. He's going to definitely need to get a nerf. For sure. But those are the 2 gods. Super excited about Achilles and Rama, but specifically Achilles. That's going to be really fun to play. Alright, now into buffs and nerfs. Amaterasu, general increased basic attack speed from 9.7 to 1. Divine Presence, increased attack speed buff from 10 to 18% to 10 to 30. That's actually good. I like that a lot. One of the biggest things about Amma is like, she attacks fast, but I just feel like it takes so much longer to get online than last Amma in SMITE 1. Especially with the item changes from SMITE 1 to SMITE 2. I just don't feel her oomph. Like, I feel like it should. But that's huge. That's almost a double increase the later you level this up. And honestly, this is probably the second ability I leveled up after her 2. Sometimes I go with her 3, but generally speaking, you want to do your 1 after that, in my opinion. Heavenly Reflection, increased damage reduction, scaling from 5% intelligence to 7% intelligence. So 2% increase overall, having more basic attack speed. So that's actually pretty good. I like this a lot, having more of attack speed. Will allow you to scale better as well. So that's pretty nice. On her, Impale, increased damage from 105 to 365 plus 80 strength to 125 to 365. So actually, he's going to make his early game a lot better, having 5% increased strength, scaling, plus an extra base 20 damage, which is actually nice. Overall, it's not going to change anything late game, but his early game's going to be a lot better. Increased final damage. Okay, this is ult. From 110 to 290 plus 100 strength to 125, 325. Oh my god, an extra 15% strength scaling and an extra flat, what is that, 35? Right? Yeah, that's 35 extra damage on the final hit. Okay, so his ult's gonna really, because, okay, so I play a decent amount on her, and like his ult feels good, and especially the last part of his ult. That final damage, it just doesn't feel like it should. It feels like it should do more. So this is actually nice. It's gonna make him. I always thought Honor was a really solid hunter, though, to be honest. But that's pretty good. Holy fucking buff by Cabrakan. So Seismic Crush, increased damage scaling from 60 strength plus 40 int to 75 strength plus 45 int. Okay, they're really trying to make this more of a strength. Or they're trying to make the disparity between strength and intelligence well known. Decreased cooldown from 14 seconds at all ranks to 12. Oh, that's nice. Refraction shield, increased damage scaling from 50% to 55% intelligence. Okay. Increased enhanced damage scaling from 70 strength to 75 strength. And then increased protections from 3 to 7 to 5 to 9. You got to also imagine it's 5% increased scaling on both strength and intelligence for the different versions of refraction shield, but you get twice, so you're actually, it's like 10% technically of an increase in that, just one ability, plus you get and this is generally speaking your first ability that you level up. Some people do the 1 depending on what you're playing, but like a traditional support, it's usually your 2 you level up the most, from what I've seen and what I've played feels like is the best. So getting extra protections that's nice too. and it's going to scale up quicker because this is the one you level the most. This is pretty big buff. Cooldown on this one on Seismic Crush too. Tremors increased damage scaling from 35% to 40. Increased refire damage scaling from 50 to 55. So another 5% on like the initial damage where he tremors, and then on the refire when he cripples them and does extra damage, a burst of damage, even more damage. This is really gonna make, actually now I think about this, is really gonna make damage Cabrakan incredibly strong, I think. But overall, any type of Cabrakan build, you're gonna feel the difference here. Tectonic Shift increased damage scaling from 80 strength plus 60 int to 95. Oh my god, an extra 15% strength scaling. Okay, Jesus Christ. I mean, generally speaking, when it comes to a lot of gods, not all of them, for example, like Neith is one of the, is like an outcast, I think, but a lot of the times when they have dual hybrid and strength and intelligence scaling, I like to go strength more often than not, unless I'm like playing Neith. But this is just gonna make it where, like, if you're gonna go damage Cabrakan, you're gonna want to go strength. That's probably what I'm gonna try and do when this buff comes out, because holy shit, this is pretty huge. Cabrakan got some big fucking buffs here. Cooldown, damage scaling, protections. That's a lot actually. We're shifting Zeus, overcharge, decreased damage increased, decreased damage increased, Jesus Christ, from 20% per stack to 15 per stack. Chain lightning, decreased cooldown from 13 to 12 seconds. All right, just gonna be doing less increased damage, I suppose. Thunderclap, decreased attack speed from 25 to 35 to 20 to 30. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Zeus was like a top ADC, is a top ADC, is very fucking good, can go into different types of build, but his ADC build fucking smacks. Detonate charge, decreased damage from 50 to 150 to 40 to 140. So 10 decrease, but increased damage scaling from 25% intelligence to 30. So I'm guessing that they just want him to scale more. So I think overall you're gonna be doing roughly around the same or even more, because you're getting 5% increased intelligence, but you're gonna have to build more intelligence based items to get this. And then Lightning Storm, increased damage scaling per tick from 55 to 65 per tick, an extra 10% intelligence. It is all fucking smacks regardless, dude. I don't know why we're doing that. But overall, some nerfs and some buffs actually, so I can see why they said shift here. Vulcan Thermal Mod, increased damage from 20 plus 10% intelligence to 30 plus 20% intelligence. I'm gonna be so honest, I don't even remember. I don't remember what each one does. I think this one, Thermal Mod, increased damage. I think this is the one where the mod where it increases your damage on your 1 and your 3, I believe. Decreased protections. This is the tankier one, from 10 to 50 to 10 to 30. So overall, a nerf later when you in there. Earthshaker, increased damage scaling from 100%, 110% int to 120% intelligence. So you're actually gonna be doing 10% intelligence more. I'm gonna be honest, his ult, I can't really say that. Maybe it's because I haven't really gone to late game Vulcan, but like early mid game Vulcan, his ult just doesn't feel that very, like, it does damage obviously, but not like it used to in Smite 1. But in Smite 2, the late game, definitely you can one shot. Aspect of fortification, decreased protections per level from 2 to 1.5. His aspect's actually very, very good. But let's see. Let me actually go to the mod section here. Thermal Mod and Masterwork Mod. All right, we're here on Smite2.live. All the items and stuff like that. So Vulcan Thermal Mod, backfire and magma bomb deal increased intelligence. Okay, so this is what it is. So it's going to be what, 30 plus 20%. 30 plus 20% intelligence. So this one's actually going to be more important and impactful, because overall you wouldn't really build this one. This would be the other one, only other one you really would want to build the other one where it makes your turret do more damage. So that's going to be more incentivizing with the extra damage intelligence scaling. For the Masterwork mod, right? Yeah, Masterwork mod, you get your Thumper gains increased HP and implies physical and protection. So overall, oops, I'm not going to do that. Overall, this is obviously a nerf, but everything else is pretty much. Oh no, I'm sorry. You're getting increased intelligence in his ult, and then you're getting increased damage in your thermal mod. Masterwork is getting a nerf, and his aspect's actually getting a little bit of a nerf too. And then nerfs Medusa, thank you. Acid spray, decreased damage from 100 to 320 plus. Actually, I feel like Uller needs a fucking nerf too. Huh. I'm not mad at the Medusa nerf. Medusa is very fucking good. Decreased damage from 100 to 320 plus 60% strength plus 75 intelligence to 90 to 310. Okay, so your scaling and your strength is going down by 10%, which is more impactful because you are going to be building her pretty much strength anyways. Intelligence going down by 5%. Decreased damage from 100 to 320. So you're losing 10 overall. So it's going to be doing a decent amount less. Nothing crazy though, but you know, decent. Petrify, increased cooldown from 100 seconds to 110 seconds, which is nice. Increasing cooldown is always very good, especially on a very impactful ult like Medusa. All right, and then we got some new aspects. Aspect of precision. This is going to be Rama's new aspect. Astral strike is always active, but you no longer regen astral arrows. When out of astral arrows, reload. While infinite arrows is active, astral arrows are not consumed. So basically, your one is no longer gonna, you don't have to worry about picking up your arrows. You're just gonna shoot them, and then you're gonna bring them back. Or I'm sorry, you're just gonna reload like it's a gun in like another game like COD or whatever. And then you'll just do it that way. Which, I'm gonna be honest, you don't regen astral arrows, which is fine. You're gonna be reloading it. I don't know why you wouldn't just go this all the time. Maybe late game is going to have a little bit more of an impact because, I mean, you can shoot them faster and you can pick them up easier, especially with your 2 around. I don't know. I feel like you might just want to go aspect of precision, unless I'm missing something. Aspect of prowess, combat dodge can now be recast after striking a jungle monster or a boss, which is actually really nice. With a spear strike, gaining increased scaling when foregoing your armor. Spear strike gaining increased scaling when you forego your armor. Radiant glory no longer grants increased protections or crowd control reduction. So this is definitely more of like a jungle type of an Achilles, especially with your spear strike increased scaling when you're foregoing your armor. And you know, as Achilles, a jungle Achilles, you're not going to be wearing your armor, at least intuitively. We'll see how it actually plays out in game, because his armor buffs are insane. But with this one, I like this for conquest. For joust, it's not going to be all that great. You don't really need this for that. You definitely want this with your 2. I think this is also another thing. I feel like some aspects, I feel like they need to have some type of trade-off that's impactful to where you're going to click and you're going to be like, I'm losing this, but I'm getting that. Should I do it for this game? Or I don't think Rama or like even Hunbats, for example, I don't know. Doesn't seem like there is a negative to Rama. I feel like, unless I'm missing something, I don't know. Soul aspect of conflagration. Okay. Soul's heat provides intelligence and ability damage. Okay, but no longer provides strength and attack speed and basic attack damage. Soul erupts and deals damage around her when becomes immune and desperate. Desperate. I can't speak. Desperate. Hold on. All right. Dissipate. Interesting. Okay. Dissipate. I believe this is her 3. It would only make sense. I don't actually know the names of some of the god's abilities, but it, you know, when coming immune, the only ability that can do that is her 3. But deals damage. Okay, so actually I do like, so this is actually really nice. One thing about Soul and Smite 2 is that you really only wanted to go auto attack based because, first of all, ADCs are busted in this game, but also her damage with her intelligence wasn't all that great. Which actually makes it more fun in my opinion with Soul, because in Smite 1, you really only wanted to go like a little bit of attack speed items, but mainly just like magical scaling items. My god, I gotta remember Smite 1 shit. I'm so in tuned with intelligence and strength. That wasn't a thing in Smite 1. Anyways, this is actually cool though. So her heat actually provides intelligence and ability damage, meaning that ability damage soul is back. If you want to go more ability based, actually I really fuck with this aspect. Because she does more damage instead of strength, attack speed, and basic attack damage, which is actually really nice. So that's I like this. I like this a lot actually. So that's pretty cool. Amaterasu, aspect of valor, divine presence now defaults to red buff, and when activated, you gain movement speed, haste, basic attack power. In addition to the original effects. Okay, so you're gonna get movement speed, haste, and basic attack power, and attack speed, and oh wait, what's the red? It gives you attack speed and intelligence and strength scaling. Okay, so you're getting intelligence, strength, attack speed, movement speed, haste, and basic attack power. Jesus Christ, that is a lot. It no longer alternates to gold buff or heals you when activated. Okay, so you don't heal, but you do get movement speed, haste, basic attack power, and everything else with it. So actually, I like the fact that you can do it, because gold buff would give you a shield, a little bit of a shield, and obviously it would heal you. But red buff would heal you anyways. But it's taking that away, and then you would get movement speed, I believe, right? I think you would get movement speed and a little bit of a shield buff. So I actually like this a lot. Movement speed, haste, and basic attack power, plus strength scaling, plus attack speed. I'm gonna be honest, this is a very good aspect that I feel like you would probably just want to go anyways. Only thing is you don't get the little bit more tanking, you don't get any healing, so you have to see it. We'll have to see how that is, but I actually do like this. Like, you're getting a lot with this aspect if you go this. And then finally, we're going into items. Okay, so we have a new item. I did see about this Mantle Discord. It's a new item, but it's an old item. For 2,600 gold, which is actually not that expensive. 35 of each protection, 10% cooldown, 10 cooldown. When you're below 40% health, you unleash a shockwave that stuns all enemies. Okay, so basically the exact same thing. CC immune, and it has a cooldown of 110 seconds. I'm gonna be honest, that seems really fucking strong. For 2,600 gold, I don't know why you wouldn't just build this. Not all the time, but like a lot of the time. Especially if you're like going hybrid, or if you're going like even a damage dealer that just wants like one little thing here. Especially if you get if you're like getting cooked, for example. So that's actually a very, very good item. My god. Tekakage and Gemma Focus rework. These items, I did hear about this one, no longer require mana, so Thanatos and Umoja can use them. This is specifically good for Thanatos, because it was such a good, it's such a good item, but because Thanatos couldn't use it, it kind of sucked. But now that he can use it, you're going to be building this a lot on him. Abilities with extremely low cooldown, such as Pele 3 and Uller 4, will prevent item procs on the ability side, which is good. We'll be able to take advantage of that. Buffs, Divine Ruin, increase intelligence from 80 to 100. You already built this item a lot. That's a lot of fucking intelligence, I'm not gonna lie. So that's a lot. And then in Chronos Pendant, increase intelligence from 50 to 65. That's a lot too. I did hear about these a couple, I don't know, like a week ago or something. Keep in mind, Chronos Pendant had 40 intelligence at one point, not too long ago. So you're getting increased 25 increased intelligence. So you're gonna be building this a lot, actually, I think, because these two items are still really fucking good, are now really fucking good. I mean, Soul Reaver buff and rework, increase intelligence 50 to 70, decrease gold costs by 200. Passive now deals percent max HP damage instead of percent current HP, which is really nice as well. That was the biggest thing. Current HP made this item kind of blow. Minimum damage has been removed. Intelligence scaling now applies the passive effect, which is nice. So your abilities deal bonus magical damage over time equal to 1% plus 0.5% of your intelligence per tick. Yeah, so you're actually doing even more damage. This effect takes 4 times over 2 seconds. Hitting the same target refreshes the damage over time. So this item is going to be very good now. Soul Reaver wasn't that great, to be honest, before. The rework actually makes it really fucking nice now. Jade Scepter increased cost from 2550 gold to 2850 gold. I think Jade Scepter, no one really bought this item, I felt like. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. It was still a very decent, it was a decent item. But with it costing more, you're actually getting more intelligence. So on gods that don't really have like a lot of escapability, like Anubis, and I was gonna say Cuckoo, but the Cuckoo still has some decent getaway with his 2 and his 3. Decreased health from 200 to 150. Jade Scepter is the one where, you know, if anyone gets near you, it reduces their damage, I believe. Or was it protections? Actually, let's go check. All right, so Jade Scepter, enemy gods are displaced away from you, and lose 25% strength and intelligence. So they lose damage, which is very nice, especially if it's like a jungler on you or something. But it can dispel them off you, which is really nice. I always thought it was a decent active. Not a lot of people bought it, I felt like, but getting an increase of 40 intelligence is going to make it a lot more interesting, along with the it's increasing gold, but still, I think a very good item. Leather cow removed. I don't know how much more we have here, actually. Okay, it's not too much. Okay, hunter's cow, increased strength from 35 to 45, removed attack speed, and added 5% lifesteal, which is nice. Remember, it did have lifesteal in Smite 1. Increased attack speed aura from 20% to 30% and added 10%. Oh, lifesteal aura. Okay, so for a joust, I think this is a lot better. I'm going to be doing this more often, most likely. You don't get a lot of attack speed with this, but you do get more strength and some lifesteal. But you also get an attack speed aura, and so you're actually going to be getting attack speed anyways, which is nice. As well as giving your teammates, so that's actually nice. And then you get lifesteal auras. Those items are a lot fucking better. I like this a lot. Oh, we skipped over leather cow. Remove attack speed, add 5% lifesteal, increase physical attack speed. Okay, so you're basically just getting leather cow just with lifesteal, which I think it should have had to begin with, but that's actually a lot better. Conduit gem, increased intelligence from 25 to 30, an extra 5. Jesus, that's pretty nice. Same thing with Sands of Time, so they're just scaling it up. Seems to me that they're just trying to get more intelligence in these items, and it seems like, because a lot of times you would just build strength over in gods who have a hybrid of both, just because, you know, strength just was better with the scaling as well. But now that there's a lot more intelligence increasing, you're gonna probably build these more often now, with items like Chronospin and Divine getting a lot more intelligence, Conduit and Sands of Time. Spirit Desolation now builds from Evil Eye plus Ring of Dispel. I just don't care about this. This is important though. Added 10 cooldown rate. Don't know why they didn't do this to begin with. Spirit Desolation, obviously Smite 1 gave cooldown, which was really important. So I'm glad they're adding this there. Probably going to see a lot more Spirit Desolation being picked up, because it was already a decent item, it just didn't have the cooldown on it. Staff of Mirrodin increased active cooldown from 150 seconds to 120 seconds, which is actually really nice. On certain gods, I mean, Staff of Mirrodin was already a good item anyways on certain gods. It is that kind of item that isn't really great on every single god, but you can use this on certain gods. It's really, really impactful, so you're going to see that more often with the 30-second decrease. Glorious Pridwin increased physical protection to 25 to 35 each. Yeah, Glorious Pridwin wasn't all that great. Increased shield from 80% to 100% of your protection. So we'll see how that does. An extra 20% increase in protections, or increased shield based on your protections. And then you're getting flat 10 more of each protection, which is actually pretty nice. We'll see how that is. We're increasing Spirit Robe. I thought Spirit Robe was already a really good item anyways. Physical protections from 30 to 40 of each. New effect passive now also grants 30% CD. Okay, this item is actually like really fucking good. They added more protection. I thought this item was already great, especially against gods who had a lot of CC. You could get that those extra it's not mitigations anymore. Hold on. Oh yeah, so it wasn't mitigations. I think it's Smite 1. You actually get more magical protections. Jesus Christ. So it's a new effect, so it's not changing things. You're gonna get CDR or CCR, I mean, and you're gonna get extra protections, and you already have this item. Is actually disgusting. What the fuck? Wait, unless they're mistaken, if they're switching the passive, that's different. It's still going to be a very good item because CCR is very good. But if they're going to make it to where you get 40 of each protection now, plus an additional 40 of each protection hit by a hard CC, and you get 30% CCR. What is that? That's 80 of each protection plus 30% CCR. That's disgusting. For how much is this? 2650? Okay, that item is disgusting. That actually makes that one of the best items in the game, I feel like. Holy shit. Whatever. If that is the case, you're building this on like every single fucking god, I feel like. Or support, I suppose, or hybrid. Or even fucking damage dealer, in my opinion. Jesus. Just like slip that in real quick. Holy shit. Mystical Mail, decreased cost from 2650 to 2500. Small little change there. Shield Splitter, decreased cost from 2600 to 2450. Yeah, it wasn't all that impact. There's not a lot of shields, it seems. I mean, there's still a lot of shield stuff within God's kits, as well as, you know, items like heroism and then even shell, for example. But it doesn't seem like it's all that impactful of an item. So decreasing it might feel a little bit better, especially for 2600. It's like it is a counter item. So increased projectile speed by approximately 50%, making it a lot easier to hit. Now passes through and damages all targets hit with shield stacking per enemy. So that's actually makes this item a lot more valuable and intriguing, especially if you go up against like Odin or something, or somebody with a lot of shells or items that proc shields. All right, going shift skill arrow is really fucking good. So we have, oh my god, my cat's going crazy. Decreased basic attack power from 20 to 15, added 10% attack speed. So it isn't gonna be a shift, it's not gonna make it a nerf. Decreased passive gold bonus from 4 to 3, increased mark cooldown from 8 seconds to 10 seconds, but also decreased passive attack speed from 25% to 15%, which is basically the exact same thing. You're still getting 25% with the added 10% attack speed, just making the passive of it not feel as crazy. Decreased passive gold. So you're getting less gold, but also the cooldown on your mark. So overall, I think it is a shift, but I think it is a little bit of a nerf, just for the cooldown aspect of it. Sharpshooter arrow, decreased basic attack power from 50 to 40, increased attack speed from 10% to 15%. Gold gain effects now apply only to gold earned from kills and assists. Okay. And then increased basic attack damage now applies only when hitting enemy gods. Decreased, there's a lot here. Decreased basic attack damage bonus from 15% to 10%. So a little decrease there, 5%. Overall, increased basic attack damage now applies only when hitting enemy gods. Okay, so you can't do it off of anything else. Gold gains effects now apply only to gold earned from kills and assists. So it's just not. So it actually is a bit of a pretty decent nerf, honestly. You get more attack speed, but like gold gains effects now only applies only to kills and assists. So that is a decent nerf, it feels like, in my opinion. Which overall it needs, from you know, with buffing Leather Cow and Hunter Cow. Alright, nerfs. Lifebinder, definitely needed a nerf. This item is really fucking good. Decreased damage from projectile from 125 plus 5 per level, 110 plus 5 per level. So what's 5 times 20? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Just want to make sure. So you're getting an extra 100. So you're getting 210 instead of 225. Okay. And decreased heal, consuming mark, so you're losing 20 less overall on the heal, as well as the damage. Still gonna be very good. Still gonna be probably picking it up, just not gonna be as impactful. Hussar's Wings, increased cost from 3,000 gold to 3,700. Oh my god. To be fair though, for the passive that it has, making you immune to slows, it should probably cost that much. Just that's all. Looks like that looks crazy, but I actually don't mind that. This is a very good item. And then finally, ward adjustments. During testing, ward, sentry ward, cyclops ward, eye providence were found to have inconsistent reveal radii and targeting sizes. To ensure these match the intent design from SMITE, the following adjustment has been made. Reveal radius reduced from 10.4 to 7.2. Increased targeter radius from 5.2 to 7.2. All descriptions have been updated so to use radius instead of area. Okay, so a little bit more accuracy when with the wards. It's not bad. And then that's basically it. That's all of it. Going back up, we're gonna go over the most notable ones. This one's pretty notable. Definitely a lot less. Spirit Robe seems to be like looking like it's busted. These two are fine. Glorious Pyramid is gonna be interesting. Probably just gonna be an okay item still. Definitely picked up more often for sure. Spirit Staff of Mirrodin, okay. Spirit Desolation, solid. Conduit, Santa Time, solid. Hunter's Chasm and Leather Chasm gonna be a lot better. Jade Scepter is gonna be interesting. Soul Reaver is going to be a lot better as well as Chronos and Divine. You're already picking up Divine anyways. But most notable would probably be Soul Reaver and Spirit Robe. Holy shit. Mantle Discord is going to be very fucking good as well. I'm probably going to be picking up on almost every single support build or hybrid build. Amaz is going to be pretty good. I like Souls. Achilles is going to be strictly for like a jungle build. And then Rama just seems like this is an aspect you just go on every time. I don't know why you wouldn't. Don't see there's a downside to this because it says while infinite arrows is active, astral arrows are not consumed. I guess we can look at where I guess is where is Rama here? Infinite arrows. So I guess that is the biggest thing. So while infinite arrows is active, astral arrows are not consumed. So is that meaning that you're not going to be able to use your 1 anymore while your 2 is active? Maybe that's the biggest thing. With that being the case, if this is how I'm reading it right, I guess I didn't read it the first time. Maybe that is the downside to it because you won't be able to use your 1 with your increased attack speed. So honestly, actually, it's not as crazy as I thought it would be. Still very good. Just you won't be able to get the maximum amount with his 2 and his 1. So. Medusa, solid nerf. Kabrakan had a huge buff. We'll have to see how that plays. Pretty solid buffs from Honor and Amma. Achilles he's gonna be very good, but very good with his fucking his armor, I feel like. And without his armor, still gonna be very good. It's not as good as I feel like with the armor. Rama's gonna be pretty solid. Just general, really good hunter, safe hunter as well. Joust, whatever. Phoenix is gonna be doing less, but the Lost Knight's gonna have more of an impact there. And then that's basically it. Archers are gonna be. It's gonna be interesting to see archers move up closer. Hopefully, they go inside of it, or at least very close to the outskirts of the Titan room. And then I think that's basically it. This is already a thing I thought was already like that. AoE is going to be a little bit smaller. And then... Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, Tower's going to make it to where, like, you can step a foot in, you'll be alright, but... you know, everyone has, like, very consistent in their player model where they're going to be targeted when they're actually in there. So that is basically it. Open Beta 3 with Achilles, Rama, some cool buffs, some cool additions, some good nerfs, everything like that. Overall, I think it's a pretty solid update. I still think we need to figure out a way to nerf ADCs a little bit, but I guess we'll figure that, or they'll figure that out at some point. But that's basically it. What do you guys think of the update? This is going to be live in 2 days, so mark your calendars for that. I'll be making content for Rama as well as Achilles when it comes out. But I think that is everything there. Again, the URL will be in the description down below. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below of the new update and what you're most excited for, or if you think there needs to be something added here or whatever. But yeah, my Twitch in the description down below if you want to go ahead and follow there. Discord in the description down below as well if you want to join an awesome community. Memberships are open for 99 cents a month, I believe up to $2.99 a month if you so desire. Obviously not necessary, but very much appreciated. But I think that is everything that I have for you. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.